But anyway, you
Crazy.
in the pre-production, you told me about an autobiography,
Yes.
and hear me out now. You are in you've lived a little bit of life, but you got a lot more life left to live.
Amen.
What gives you the, I don't know, the audacity maybe, or makes you comfortable enough to feel like you should already be working on your autobiography?
um, man, let me see how I can open up with this. This is a it's kind of hard to talk about. That's a good question. I get it, with the age thing. I'm young still, but I would say that this last decade, I've done some living and I have some experiences, good and bad,
Just enough
life lessons that
to-
really just inspired me to tell my story, even if I'm not at a certain age or a certain point in life. It's just some of the things I went through. Um, I feel like they could be a testimony to other people, and I get it. A lot of people may not agree with some of the things I'm going to talk about in this autobiography, but
fuck,
you said what?
fuck them.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I set out to do this now, because the journey I just came from was an awesome journey, but at the same time, it took a lot from me, and it took me reaching a certain point to where I had to regain control of my life. I had to
Talk about
regain.
it, sis.
You said what?
Talk about it, sis.
Yeah. So with this, um, it's gonna piss off a lot of people, and I really don't care. I really don't, because at the
They're
end of
gonna
the
fight
day, I feel free, you know, and unchained and unbounded. And it's weird because that is actually what I was thinking of calling it, unbounded or unchained. Because
break
I
every
felt,
chain,
I
break
felt,
every chain.
I just felt locked up for so long. Like I was living a
One.
life that didn't really define me, didn't really define who I was and what I wanted to be and what I was aspiring to be. And now that I've kind of broken away from it, and I've been on this journey, getting closer to God and trying to, better myself and the people around me, to where I felt that I was broken down. Like I was, at this point of vulnerability, to where I had to learn myself, who I was, and I had to find me. And I'm still searching, and I'm still, on this journey, but I can say that I'm definitely at a point now where it's okay to talk about it. Like it's okay to voice my opinion, voice my concerns. Because at that point I felt like I was chained, like I was bounded. I didn't have freedom of expression. I didn't have, free will to just seek the things that really made me happy. And now that I have that ability, it's, no fucks given. I'm living. So I'm ready to tell my story.
Without,
If that sums it up.
no, without saying too much, I can totally relate to what you're talking about because I'm in a similar space, and searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low, couldn't find nobody greater, and really you trying to break those chains, and it's so hard to break those chains because it's not only breaking the chains of the life that you're living to get to a life that you want to live, but it's also breaking those generational chains, those generational curses. Because
The
guess what?
curses.
Our parents taught us some stuff that was good for them that's bad for us. You know what I mean?
And I agree. I agree.
And that's the conversation that I'm not gonna have today because when I have it, it's gonna be a full on conversation. It's gonna be disgusting, and if my parents don't speak to me for a couple of because they hear it, it's okay. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. But I was born in '91. Y'all was born, and I ain't gonna say that, but it was many years before. So it, you, it's so amazing to hear you say all of that because I think it's so important to finding that peace, finding that space that we want to comfortably live in. And it's not the space that people say we should live in, because we live a life of, you know what, mom and daddy said I should do this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this because they said do it, because I don't know no better. And then I get in that space and go, ooh, I don't like this. This don't work for me. Hey, mom and daddy, I want to do this right here. And they go, ooh, I don't think you should do that. I go, oh, I didn't ask you. I was telling you what I'm about to do, you know? But it takes time to get that confidence, to get to that space, man. So